Professor of EC Department at LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology. Welcome to this session of Digital System Design. In the last session we have seen what do you mean by SOP, POS, how to convert from the truth table to the Boolean function, and we have seen a different examples to solve SOP and POS in the last session from unit number 1, that was a review of number systems, logic gates and Boolean algebra. Right? In today's session we will see how to optimize a circuit. There are different ways. How to optimize a Boolean function that we have seen with the help of SOP and POS, and we will introduce what do you mean by K-map, or I can say Carnot map, and what are the rules of simplifications. Right? Now, these are the flow of session for unit number 1. In this session, first of all, circuit optimization. Now, we know that in digital circuit we are only using gates, different logic gates like AND or NOT, XOR, XNOR and NAND and NOR. Alright. So when we are going to optimize a circuit, that means we need to use only a minimum number of terms, either it is min term or the max term. Right. So with the help of that minimum number of terms, we are requiring a less number of gates. As less number of gates is there, our circuit will going to be a more simpler, and its cost will also going to be decrease. It is more cost effective, right? So to obtain the simplest implementation for the given function, so when we are going to obtain the simple circuit with the help of less number of gates, our circuit is going to be optimized. So our aim is we are going to optimize a cost criteria. Okay, we need to use only a minimum number of gates, right, to simplify a circuit. Alright. Now, how to optimize a Boolean function? So the Boolean function is going to be optimized with the help of graphical techniques as like K-map. And the second method is Boolean algebra that we have discussed in the last session with the help of SOP and POS. Right? For the Boolean algebra, we have seen the circuit optimization and Boolean function optimization using sum of product and product of sum. But in the graphical technique, is the most easiest one. We are going to use a K-map. So these two are the designing tools which optimize our Boolean function, as well as it will also minimize the cost criteria. We are introducing a graphical techniques using K-map. In short, that means Carnot map. Alright. Now, what do you mean by Carnot map? As we know that K-map is a collection of square. How to represent it? This is the way. K-map. It's a collection of square. You can see over here total 16 squares are there. That means total 4 variables are there. 2 in row wise, 2 in column wise. Okay? Column wise and row wise. So total combination W, X, Y, Z. 4 variables are there. So 2 is to 4. 16 boxes are there. Okay? 4 cross 4, 16. Right? Now, a K-map is a collection of squares, and each square represents min term. Okay? So the collection of square is the graphical representation of Boolean function. That's it. Okay? Now, definition. Technically, a K-map is defined as a recognized version of truth table or a particular cube representation, and each cube represents min term. Alright. So the K-map can be either 2 variable, 3 variable and the 4 variable. This is a simple example of 4 variable K map. Alright, so this 4 variable K map has total 4 rows and 4 columns. Alright, now in these 4 columns and 4 rows, total combinations are 16. So we can say that the first box represents 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0 and 1, 1. Why it is drawing like this? Because each and every box should have only a change in a single variable. Like 0, 0 means w dash x dash. 0, 1 w dash remain as it is and x is going to be changed. Third row, x is going to be remain as it is, w is going to be changed. So wx, that's why. And the last row, wx dash, that means only x is going to be changed, w remains as it is. So 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0 and 1, 1. Similarly for column wise, y dash, z dash, y dash, z, yz dash and yz. Right? So total combinations are 2 raised to 4, that means 16 combination. Right? Now, we will see what is a K map for 2 variable and for 3 variable. Over here, we have drawn a K map for 2 variable. 2 variable means x and y. You can say like x and y, a and b, anything, m and n, anything you can say. Now I have placed x and y variable over here. So as we know, 2 variables are there. Total combinations are 2 raised to 2. That means 4. Right? Now, as 4 variables, so 4 blocks, 4 mean terms. Right? So x is equals to 0, x is equals to 1, y is equals to 0 and y is equals to 1. Now, m0, m1, m2, m3. How it comes? For x is equals to 0 and y is equals to 0, it represents x bar, y bar. For x is equals to 0 and y is equals to 1, that means x bar, y. Third, x, y bar, and the fourth, x, y. Why? Because for x and y, if it is 1, 1, we need to take that mean term as it is. Alright? So 4 cubes, 4 mean terms and 2 variables for K map simplification. Now, as this is a 2 variable K map, now how to draw a 3 variable K map? This is the way. First you can see over here that x is equals to 0 and x is equals to 1. 2 row wise, only 1 variable, so 2 rows are there, and y and z, 2 variables are there, so total columns are 1, 2, 3 and 4, the last one, 4. Alright, as 2 raised to 3, 3 variables are there, so total boxes are total 8. This is 4 and this is 4. So total are 8. Alright. Now how to write a mean term specifically? As we know, x, variable x is there. X and over a variable y and z is there. Alright. So for yz, it is like 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1 and 1, 0. Right? So for x is equals to 0 and x is equals to 1, and for yz is equals to 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1 and 1, 0. Right? So how to write it? Method is for x, y and z, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, that means m0, m1, m2, m3, and over here m4, m5, m6, m7. Alright? Now, K map rules for simplification. In the last PPT we have seen 2 variable, 3 variable and 4 variable K map. In 2 variable it requires 4 cubes. In 3 variable it requires total 8 cubes, and for 4 variable it requires 16 cubes. If it is a 5 variable, then it requires 2 raised to 5, total 32 cubes. That means 32 mean terms are there, right? Now, what are the rules? Rules are like, first, groups may not include any cell containing a 0. We need to consider only a that number of ones. We don't need to consider if the 0 is presented. You can see first K map in which we are going to make a group. So in that group we don't need to include a 0, right? So the first one is the wrong method. This is the correct one, in which we are going to make a group of ones only. Okay, this is the first rule. Second rule, groups may be horizontal or vertical, but it can't be diagonal. That means we are going to make a group like this, like horizontal and the vertical. We can't make group like in the diagonal manner, right? How? See, the last one. Last row and in the first column that K map is there. So we have made a group of 1 in diagonal manner. So this is not the correct one. We can make either horizontally or vertically. Third rule, the groups must contain 1, 2, 4, 8. That means in even number of 2 raised to n cells, right? Or I can say, if n is equals to 1, the group will contain 2 ones, since 2 raised to 1 is equals to 2. If n is equals to 4, it contains total 16 number of ones. Alright? If n is equals to 2, then it will contain a grouping of 4 ones. Alright? See, the first K map, in which we have made a group of 2 number of ones, but we can't make a group of, this is the correct, wrong one. It's not the correct. Okay? We can make a group of 4, but we can't make a group of 5. Okay? Second thing, in the last one, we have considered a 0. That is a violation of rule number 1, in which we can't make a group of any number of ones in which it includes a 0. It must contain only number of ones. Alright? Fourth, each group should be as large as possible. How? You can see over here, this is the wrong one. That means 1, 1, I have made a group of these 2, 1, then these 2, 1, and then these 2, 1. If it is possible, we can combine or we can merge a maximum number of ones, right? So this is the wrong one and the first one is the right. We need to collect all number of ones, right? Fifth rule is there. Each cell containing a 1 must be at least 1 group. That means no one should be left remain. How? A, B and C, 3 variables are there. 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0 and 1, 1, and C is there, 0 and 1. We know that. Over here, group 1 is there for grouping of 2 number of ones. And group 2, it includes only 1. That means we can't say that that one remains left. We need to include that one into another group. Alright? Last, we can say that in the 6th number of rule, that is, this is the most important, is groups may overlap. It is fine. How? First K map, you can see over, this is the right one. That means the groups may overlap. Means what? We have made a group of 4 number of ones, horizontally and vertically, right? We can't make a group like dividing or separating 2 number of ones, 2 number of ones and 2 number of second K map. Okay, this is the wrong one, because groups are not overlapping. Apart from that, we haven't include a more number of ones. So the method is we need to include a more number of ones and it is fine that groups are overlapping. Alright. Seventh rule. Groups may wrap around the table. How? This is the three variable K map in which you can see A, B variables are there in column wise and C variable is in row wise. So how to make a group? If the all ones are presented at the corner, we can say that my K map should be wrapped horizontally or vertically. How? You can see over here, the rightmost cell and the leftmost cell are going to be merged or wrapped like this, like horizontally, and the top cell and the bottom cell is going to be merged like this, vertically. Alright? To include maximum number of ones, then what it will impact on designing a digital circuit? It requires a less number of minterms. If minterm is less, number of gate requirement is also going to be decreased, and it will directly impact on the cost of digital circuit. Now, rule number 8. There should be as few groups as possible because it does not contradict any rule. That means we need to include only number of ones. Ones could not be in the diagonal form, and it cannot include a number of zeros, and we can't separate out all the groups like 1 1, 1 1 and 1 1, right? So this rule we need to consider while designing a digital circuit. Now, summary of all the rules. First, no zeros are allowed. We need to only consider a number of ones only. We are going to make a group of number of ones only. We can't consider group in which zero is present. Okay. Second, no diagonals. We are going to make a group like horizontally or vertically. We can't make a group in like diagonal because it violates the second rule. Third, only power of 2 should be presented in each group. We can't make a group of number of ones in terms of 5, 3, 7 like that. It can be either 2, 4, 8, 16. Alright? Last, group should be as large as possible. This is the most important is there, because if we are going to increase the number of groups, it will also going to increase the number of mean terms. Everyone must be present in at least one group. It should not be left remain. Okay? Overlapping is allowed. If 4 ones are, we are going to make a group, and if 2 ones are there. Okay? So we can merge that 2 number of ones into the above 2. So it will going to increase a number of ones, and we are going to make a more group of number of ones. Wrap are allowed. That means horizontally and vertically we can wrap a K map. And fewest number of groups are possible. Alright? Still, if you have any questions, you can ask on my email ID. These are the rules of K map and how to solve the K map using mean terms and max term that we will discuss in the next session. Till then, thank you for your attention.